Pokemon Legends ZA introduced a brand new way to shiny hunt, and with how this game works and how shinies are saved with this game, it is one of the easiest and fastest ways ever, and probably the most lazy way ever to shiny hunt. Shinies right now in this game, there are certain shinies, especially from certain places on this map and certain wild zones, that you cannot even give away with how common they are. And overall, this new shiny hunting method with this game, pretty much it's called the AFK method, which I'll show you guys right now. But shinies are, there's certain shinies in this game, especially from ones that are from Wild Zone number 3 specifically, that are some of the most worthless shinies I think we've ever seen. And this new method with this game that we actually did get, pretty much the AFK shiny hunting method, is probably the easiest way to ever hunt shinies, and it pretty much devalues shinies to the point where they're literally worthless and they're so common. There are people that have like dozens upon dozens of boxes full of the same handful of Pokemon, mainly from like Wild Zone 3, for example, and there's a few other places on this map that are just extremely easy to shiny hunt, which I'm going to show you guys right now. So, the reason why shinies, especially from shinies from this Wild Zone specifically, are so worthless and so common is it is just so easy to hunt shinies here. You do not even need a shiny charm, and just for example, I'll show you guys what I got already. I tried this just to kind of see if it would work. In 5 minutes, I got 2 shiny Skiddos, and I've been trying to trade both of these for literally about 2 or 3 days now, and I cannot find anybody that'll trade me anything else that is not from Wild Zone number 3, which we'll talk about, for these Pokemon at all, because they are so common and everybody literally has these. Anybody that's playing the game right now, if you have a shiny, you probably have a shiny Skiddo or something from this Wild Zone, and it is so difficult to get rid of these shinies because they are pretty much worthless with how common they are and how easy this method is to do. And it's just really watering down the shiny pool just because they're making them a lot less valuable. And a lot of the other shinies that aren't from like this Wild Zone or anything in the vicinity of Wild Zone 3 automatically have a little bit more value, but there's a few other places on the map as well. I'm not going to talk about them in this video, but there are a few other places on the map that are also really easy to shiny hunt from, and people get a lot of shinies from those areas as well, at least for like Wild Zones. I got both of those shinies in less than 5 minutes, so pretty much what you're going to do with the shiny method, this is the reason why it's so easy to shiny hunt with this specifically Wild Zone number 3, is what you're going to do is you're going to come over here, you're going to go to this door. What this does is you're just going to keep resetting, so you just push down on the controller, movement on down, and you're just going to keep resetting like this. What this does is it cycles all the Pokemon out in this Wild Zone. So this Wild Zone's big enough, I think we're like within 50 meters, this point is pretty much right in the Wild Zone, so this entire Wild Zone and all the Pokemon that are in this one actually gets cycled out every time you go through a doorway or you go into a building or that type of thing, for example, or like fast travel. And if there's a shiny, what this game does, it actually saves the shiny, and the shiny will stay there, but everything that's not a shiny will get cycled out. So up to 10 shiny Pokemon will get saved on the map at any given time, whether they're at your current Wild Zone or anywhere else on the map, because it also cycles the entire map when you do this. You just won't know they exist until you go find them, if they happen to still be there. But another thing to note with this too is if like the time of the day changes from like daytime to nighttime, it'll also reset everything, including shinies. That's the only main downside this game kind of has, but it is easier than ever to find shinies because all you have to do is just reset over and over like this, just either fast travel or just do this type of thing. Especially with Wild Zone number 3, this is what everybody does. Whether you have the shiny charm or not, you just do this non-stop, and eventually you're going to end up getting a shiny because there's about, I think, like 20 to 30 Pokemon in this. I think it's like at least 20 Pokemon in Wild Zone number 3 just alone. And it's the one that is able to cycle the most Pokemon at once out of any Wild Zone in the entire game. So every time you do this, you're cycling 20 Pokemon, and you can probably cycle through like a couple hundred Pokemon every single minute. And out of that, you have decent odds, especially even with like full shiny odds without a shiny charm. So I'm just doing this as I talk, and we're gonna see if we can actually get a shiny within like the next 5 minutes. I'll fast forward it for you guys, and I'm gonna see how many shinies we can get within like the next 10 minutes. We'll find out. Hopefully it's not more Skittles. I don't have any shiny Litleos or like Espers or Pikachu or Flabébé and like anything else that's here. Pancham I think as well. So maybe I'll get some of those, but I'm hoping I don't get any more shiny Skittles because I cannot give them away. I'm trying to get a shiny Froakie, at least when I'm looking at or recording this, just to train it up for competitive for a shiny Mega Greninja. And I cannot find anybody that'll give me a shiny Froakie. Like a shiny English Froakie for like anything that I have currently, so I'll fast forward and then I'll wait, like we'll go for like 5 minutes and we'll see how many shinies we actually get with this. I'll show you guys.
A few moments later.
Alright, y'all, I actually took a break. I don't know if I'm gonna throw the entire thing like fast forward into the video, but literally about 5 minutes later I've seen this. I walked on the stairs and like I went to go look, and I got the shiny audio played, and it was actually out here. I got a shiny Pidgey instead of anything in there. So it also affects the area around Wild Zone 3, and this is within 50 meters of the steps right here. So it also is affected by that, and sometimes stuff actually falls on the or like lands on the light fixtures in the streets. So you can actually get that stuff too, that it actually is possibly shiny. So got a shiny Pidgey in less than 5 minutes. It's another one of the wild. I wouldn't say it's a Wild Zone 3 encounter, but it's also a pretty common encounter because they are really common on like the streets and everything as well. So that just goes to show you how easy it is to get shinies in this game, especially with the AFK like reset method. Now there's also other methods where you can actually just like super jump in, and like every single time within 50 meters of where it spawns you in at the Wild Zone, anything within 50 meters gets reset every time you fast travel. I think I said super jump. I guess it's fast travel. Like fast travel in, and like you just keep resetting that way, and just fast travel over and over the same Wild Zone, and like whatever's within 50 meters of you fast traveling and like spawning in at that area, it will get reset until there's a shiny in that area. It's not really an AFK method though. You have to actually actively be doing that. Like this, I was literally just AFK. I was holding down on my controller for like 5 minutes, and I was sitting and doing other shit in the background. So I got a shiny within 5 minutes, y'all. A shiny Pidgey, which we'll look at right here. Is this any good? I don't know. Am I gonna keep it? I don't know. I'm not sure. If I can get a shiny Froakie for it or something else that I kind of want more than a Mega Pidgeot, that's a shiny Mega Pidgeot maybe, I'll probably get rid of it, but not bad. 0 IV, which I'm not surprised, but still. For 5 minutes, a shiny in 5 minutes is probably the fastest I think that we've ever been able to get shinies at all. I'm surprised more haven't spawned, if I'm being 100% real with you guys. I thought there'd be more that would actually spawn in there, but I actually got one. There is some that actually do spawn out on the road out here once in a while, and usually on this light, and maybe this one here as well. And those will also maybe be shiny, so that is kind of why a lot of the shinies from this Wild Zone, and there's a lot of shinies with this AFK farming method that people just don't want because they're so common and everybody is just able to farm them really fast and easy, and people just have so many of the same shinies. They're pretty much like worthless to a lot of people. There are a lot of other like more common Pokemon too that are just a lot more desirable for people that actually want. A lot of the Pokemon here, like apart from Litleo for Mega Pyroar, there really isn't much in Wild Zone 3 that people would really want, apart from all these shinies just being super easily farmed, and people don't want them. Once they have one of them, they don't want any more of them. I'm sorry, I love Go-Goat, I really do, or Skittle, Coolmon, but nobody's gonna be wanting a shiny Skittle or a Go-Goat on their team. Same with like an Esper or Meowstic. Granted, they're probably getting Megas in the DLC, but nobody wants one of those right now. Pikachu or Raichu, all that stuff too. I love Pancham and Pangoro. Pangoro is my favorite fighting type, but like I'll be lying to you guys if Pangoro was like a desirable mon for most people. You're only using it if it's one of your favorites. So keep that in mind. That's kind of why a lot of the Wild Zone 3 encounters, nobody wants them, and it's so difficult to get rid of them. and actually trade them for something else that isn't another Wild Zone 3 or similar type of AFK method encounter, because they're just pretty much worthless, so keep that in mind. But if you guys want easy shinies, it's pretty much a free, easy way to farm shinies. Just keep in mind, like, you probably won't be able to trade them away, or if you do, you'll have to trade multiple of them for like one Pokemon, like a 2 or a 3 for 1 trade a lot of the time. That'll be the only time you're able to actually trade somebody for something you actually want. So, if you guys like this video, leave a like, subscribe to the video. Got a bunch more stuff on the way. Got a review video kind of talking about Legends EA as well. The flaws, is this game worth $70, all that type of stuff. Is the game good? I'll be doing that entire video. It's probably going to be like close to an hour-long video, it's looking like. So, if you guys not want to miss that, subscribe. Apart from that, I'm going to get out of here. Peace out, everybody.